Integrity is doing what is right when nobody is watching. With this quote from Oprah Winfrey, I welcome you to another edition of this wonderful program on Radio Education Today. Education Today is a program that aims to call the attention of the public to education matters as they affect the effective running of the educational system and the achievement of educational goals. This comes on air every Saturday from 3 o'clock to 4 p.m. West African time on this station, Lights Radio. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Our goal with this program is to educate, inform, orientate, and entertain the society on educational matters, address issues affecting the educational system, influence public opinion, and drive effective educational policy directions to guide the formulators and implementers. For your comments, questions, and contributions, you can reach us on Facebook via www.facebook.com/lightsradio, www.facebook.com/lightsradio, Twitter at the Lights Radio, Instagram Lights_radio, YouTube Lights Radio. You can also call or send a message to us via SMS or WhatsApp on 0809 738 4000. I'll take that again, 0809 738 4000. We'll go on a quick break. When we return, the program continues. Please stay with us. All right, if you just joined in, you are listening to Education Today on Lights Radio. We kick off with the news segment, and we have here Nima Ibrahim to give us the news. Hello, Nima.
Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Kazeem.
All right, over to you, please. Let's have the news.
Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the news on Education Today, reaching you live from Lights Radio. I am Nima Ibrahim. First, the headlines. UI NDLEA collaborates to fight drug abuse in University of Ibadan. Subsidy removal. Kwara State disburses financial support to 26,852 students in 140 schools. 2 Lagos teachers make top 50 finalists for $1 million global prize. OAU reduces student school fees, opens payment portal, and on the foreign scene, Labour U-turns on plan to strip private schools of charitable status. Now the details. The Vice-Chancellor of University of Ibadan, Professor Kayode O. Adebowale, has assured the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, of the university's resolve to collaborate with the agency to fight drug abuse. Professor Adebowale gave the assurance while receiving the state commander of the agency, Olayinka Joe Fadile, and his entourage during a courtesy visit to the Vice-Chancellor's office. It said that the university is doing its best through the Center for Social Orientation and the Counseling and Career Development Center to fight the menace of drug abuse and other identifiable negative tendencies. The NDLEA's commander of narcotics in his response said investigations had shown that there is an increase in drug usage among children ranging from primary to tertiary levels, and adding that the University of Ibadan is also vulnerable. He noted that the NDLEA did not see drug users as criminals but as victims whom the agency is rehabilitating with the support of professional counselors and psychologists in collaboration with the University College Hospital Ibadan. He also disclosed that a functional rehabilitation center had been established in Iseyin to cater for this, as he recalled that the agency had also established a War Against Drug Abuse Club, thus urging the Vice-Chancellor to create such a club in the university. The Kwara State government has commenced the disbursement of financial assistance to 26,852 students of state origin in tertiary institutions in Nigeria. In a statement by the chairman of the Government Committee on Students Palliative Fund, Professor Shehu Rahim Adaramaja, who is also the chairman of Kwara State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, the government mentioned that the disbursement, which started on Monday, follows a thorough screening process that lasted for weeks. Adaramaja stated that each beneficiary received a palliative fund of 10,000 naira directly into their accounts to augment their expenses in the wake of the fuel subsidy removal. And according to the governor, the palliative is a token of support for the students. It is also another aspect of the multi-sectoral palliatives that his administration has rolled out since June. The authorities of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Osun State, on Monday has announced the readjustment of the sundry charges payable by the students of the university. This followed the meeting the university management had with the leadership of the Students' Union on Monday, 25th September. The public relations officer of the university, Abiodun Olariwaju, stated this in a statement in Osogbo that the meeting, which lasted for several hours, was called by the university management after several agitations by the Students' Union for a reduction of the initial charges approved by the university. He said that although the Students' Union leaders were adamant that the charges be reduced by 50%, the university management has made it clear that the new charges were the minimum the university required to run efficiently. Two female teachers from Lagos Public Schools, Dr. P. Sule and Mrs. Stephanie Akinwoya, have emerged among the 50 finalists for this year's Global Teacher Prize Award. They were shortlisted from over 7,000 teachers who were nominated and applied for the Global Award this year from over 100 countries across the globe. The competition, which has a star prize of $1 million for the overall winner, is free and set to be open to all teachers globally. However, while Mrs. Sule teaches information and communication technology at Akwoka Junior High School, Yaba, her colleague, Mrs. Akinwoya, is a physics teacher at Iju Senior Grammar School, Obawole, under the Education District 1. Their emergence was announced on Wednesday by the Veki Foundation, the organizer of the competition, through its website. And according to the foundation, the 50 finalists cut across Europe, Asia, Africa, South America, North America, and Australia. The Veki Foundation, a non-governmental organization and with headquarters in the United Kingdom, is said to have instituted the award in collaboration with UNESCO to identify and celebrate exceptional teachers who has made outstanding contributions to the teaching profession each year, irrespective of their subject areas. And on the foreign scene, private schools would retain some of their tax breaks under a Labour government after party chiefs U-turned on their pledge to strip such schools of charitable status. However, Sir Keir Starmer's party insists that it will still impose 20% VAT on private schools in England in its first year in power if it wins the next election. The updated Labour policy thus means some of the current perks for private schools will remain, being able to claim gift aid on donations and not paying tax on annual profits, which must be reinvested in education, are among the tax breaks that the status confers. Party officials have also claimed that the only ever intended to remove the VAT and business rates perks, saying charitable status was used more as shorthand for the policy. That's the news. But before we go, a quick recap of the major stories. UI and NDLEA will collaborate to fight drug abuse, says Vice Chancellor. Subsidy removal. Kwara State disburses financial support to 26,852 students in over 100 schools. Two Lagos teachers make top 50 finalists for $1 million global prize. And on the foreign scene, Labour U-turns on plan to strip private schools of charitable status. That's the news. It was compiled by Nima Ibrahim and edited by OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Don't forget, for the coverage of your educational competitions, programs, fairs, training, seminars, among others, you can call us on 0702-507-4268, or you can send us an email via educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Thank you for listening.
That's all we can take on the news for today. Right now, we'll take the country in focus. You're welcome to the Country in Focus segment, where we consider a particular country of the world, its basic features, and most importantly, its educational system for the benefit of our listeners. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Our country in focus for today is Singapore. Singapore, often referred to as a lion city, is a sovereign city-state and island country located in Southeast Asia. Despite its relatively small size, Singapore has made a name for itself on the global stage for its economic success, cultural diversity, and commitment to education. The nation's journey from a developing country to a global economic powerhouse has been nothing short of remarkable, and its educational system plays a pivotal role in its development. Considering its educational system, Singapore's educational system is indeed a model for excellence. Its educational system is renowned for its high standards and effectiveness. It has consistently ranked among the top in international educational assessment, such as the Program for International Student Assessment, IPSA. The Singaporean government places a strong emphasis on education as a key driver of economic growth and national development. The Singaporean curriculum is designed to provide students with a strong foundation in core subjects such as mathematics, science, and language arts. The pedagogy emphasizes problem solving, critical thinking, and the application of knowledge. Students are encouraged to think creatively and develop a deep understanding of concepts rather than memorizing facts. Singapore places a premium on teacher quality as well. Teachers are selected from the top graduates and are required to undergo rigorous training and professional development. They are well compensated and enjoy a high level of respect in the society. This ensures that the best educators are leading classrooms and inspiring the next generation. Its educational system is also known for its meritocratic approach. Singapore students are encouraged to strive for excellence, and competition is fierce. The system identifies and nurtures talent through programs like the Gifted Education Program and various scholarships. As a result, Singapore's educational system is a testament to the country's commitment to excellence and innovation. It has played a significant role in the nation's transformation into a global economic powerhouse. Through a world-class curriculum, highly qualified teachers, and a meritocratic environment, Singapore continues to provide its students with the tools they need to succeed in an increasingly competitive world. While there are ongoing discussions about the system's challenges and areas for improvement, there is no doubt that Singapore's educational model has lessons to offer to countries around the world. I hope Nigeria takes a leaf from Singapore's educational system. That's all we can take on the Country in Focus for today. I am OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. Education Today continues in a jiffy. Please stay with us. That was the Country in Focus. Right now, we'll take the Profession of the Week with Said Aremo. Hello, Said.
Hi, Mr. Kazim. Good day and welcome again to the segment for the Profession of the Week. I am your host for this segment, Said Aremo. Here, we x-ray a particular profession or field of human endeavor within the educational sector, and I will be telling you what it is about, the knowledge and educational qualifications required for admission into tertiary institutions, years of training required, and schools that have the accreditation to offer these courses. Today, we will be looking at mechatronics. Mechatronics is an interdisciplinary field that combines mechanical engineering, electronics, computer science, and control engineering to design and create intelligent systems. And products. The term mechatronics is derived from the words mechanics and electronics, highlighting the fusion of mechanical components with electronic and software elements. Mechatronics engineers aim to develop innovative solutions that improve the functionality and efficiency of various systems, from industrial machines to consumer electronics. The foundations of mechatronics involves the integration of mechanical components such as sensors, actuators, and mechanisms with electronic systems that control and monitor their operation. This synergy enables the development of intelligent systems capable of tasks such as automation, robotics, and advanced control. Mechatronics engineers design, build, and maintain these systems, considering factors like precision, reliability, and energy efficiency. Mechatronics offers a wide range of career opportunities for individuals interested in engineering and technology. Some common career paths in mechatronics include robotics engineer. Robotics engineer design, build, and maintain robotic systems used in industries such as manufacturing, healthcare, and automotive. They develop robotic arms, drones, and autonomous vehicles. Control systems engineer. Control systems engineers focus on designing and implementing control systems for various applications. They work on projects like automated industrial processes and smart home systems. Automation engineer. Automation engineers specialize in optimizing and automating industrial processes. They design control systems to improve efficiency, reduce errors, and enhance safety in manufacturing and production. Mechatronics technicians. Mechatronics technicians assist engineers in assembling, testing, and maintaining mechatronic systems. They play a vital role in ensuring that complex systems operate smoothly. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, engineers in related fields such as electrical and electronics engineering had a median annual wage of $100,000 as of May 2020. Salaries in mechatronics and related careers can vary depending on factors such as experience, education, industry, and location. Highly skilled mechatronics professionals often command competitive salaries due to their expertise in integrating complex technologies. To study mechatronics in Nigeria, admission requirements vary. Admission requirements typically include a minimum of 5 credits in the West African National School Certificate examinations, including mathematics, physics, chemistry, and English language. Additionally, candidates may need to meet the software combination specified for admission through the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. Typically, this would include chemistry, physics, biology, and English language. Universities offering mechatronics in Nigeria are diverse, and they include prominent institutions like the Federal University of Technology, Akure, the Government University, Ota, the University of Lagos, Federal University of Technology, Minna, the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Foto, and the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria. These universities provide undergraduate and postgraduate programs in mechatronics, equipping students with the skills and knowledge to excel in this dynamic field. That's what we can take on the profession of the week today. Education today continues shortly. Please stay with us.
Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe, tí wọ́n bá jáde wọ́n tún fọ́lé. Ẹ̀dá kò yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bàá lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Iṣẹ́ burúkú ni wọ́n ń ṣe, tí wọ́n bá jáde wọ́n tún fọ́lé. Ẹ̀dá kò yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bàá lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa. Ẹ̀dá kò yé ẹ̀yin òbí wa, lẹ́bàá lówó kẹjọ kẹtọ́ wa.
Alright, you're still on to Education Today on Lights Radio, and we are moving into the discuss segment. And today we are all using the in-house guests. Ordinarily, yes. So today we are discussing making our campuses safe. The students speak. Making our campuses safe. The students speak. We want to get the perspective of students on how the campuses can be made safer, especially the tertiary institution campuses in Nigeria. This is coming in light of the abduction of students of Federal University Gusau in Zamfara State, Nigeria, and many cultist clashes across different tertiary institutions in the country. So on the program today, we have co-presenters and who would also be joining. So we'll be having to discuss together. So we have Said Aremo, a student of University of Lagos, and we also have Nima Ibrahim, a student of National Open University of Nigeria. So together with myself, so they are the students that will actually be speaking to the topic, making our campuses safe. So you can be part of this discourse by sending your comments and questions to 0809-738-4000, 0809-738-4000, or you can drop your comments via the live video feeds on Facebook and YouTube. Before moving into the discourse proper, a short quiz question: mention 2 universities in Nigeria offering mechatronics as a course. Mention 2 universities in Nigeria, at least 2 universities in Nigeria offering mechatronics as a course. So send your answer to the WhatsApp number 0809-738-4000 or our Facebook or YouTube page. The first correct answer wins the prize. If you actually listen to the profession of the week, we treated mechatronics and we gave options of schools in Nigeria that offer the course mechatronics. So just mention 2 of them. The first correct answer wins the prize. So the idea is we just want to encourage those who actually watch us live. So by the time you do this, you'll be able to redeem. You might be lucky to be one of our winners. For the quiz segment. All right. So let's move to the discourse proper. But like I said, the program we're actually streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So I already have comments here. We have Abdul Malawadu saying nice one. Adibamiro Bola Abidemi saying well done, bro. Oh, thank you very much to all those who have actually joined us on Facebook. We appreciate you and we appreciate your support. So keep your comments coming. So we are moving to discuss paper. Like I said, we are looking at making our campuses safe. Let this the students speak. Now this is coming actually from the angle of the fact that a lot of times when we are dealing with issues surrounding students, most times they are usually not brought to the negotiation table or to the table where these policies relating to them are actually being formulated. And I know in management that's really not the best. So this time around, at least for those of us that call ourselves elders, the eggheads in the institutions, the professors, the doctors, the consultants, the so-called specialists, we have come up with different things. So by one way or the other, I don't know if at all truly the opinions of students have been. So let me start with you, Saidam. So how do you feel? Do you think that the opinions of students actually matter when we are talking about security, or is just the public security agencies and the heads of the institutions that really matter when talking about security of tertiary institutions in Nigeria? What do you have to say to this?
I think before any decision is made regarding students, right, whatever the policy might be, maybe student welfare, security, provision of accommodation, whatever it is that concerns the student, it is pertinent that you actually seek the opinions of the student. Because when something goes wrong, right, they will bear the brunt. It is actually them that will be affected the most. So it's just it's sensible, just makes sense to first take their opinions before you actually go ahead with any of this.
Now, Nima, in doing this, based on this, they said probably we should involve the students and we should probably seek their opinion. Now, so what platform do you think is available in our institutions to really, discuss or dialogue with students, any issue concerning them, security or any other matter for,
Well, for starters, I would recommend, we should bring it to the lowest level, the level that is most closest to the students. If we even start from the student unions, sometimes these student unions, the average students don't even recognize them, or they don't know them, or they don't even have access to them. So I would say, head of course reps, head of faculties, I think those ones are still closer to
there are departmental associations, faculty associations before you get to the general
student union government.
But then I wouldn't know that there are the way some of our institutions are going now, a lot of times they're actually scrapping anything that has to do with probably student union. So how do you think that opportunity will now be given, if at all, especially for schools probably that don't have functional student union?
Well, that's why I said we can bring it down to the
most level of class reps and things
faculty,
like that.
Departmental level.
Okay. So, but don't you think that would be too large, right?
Okay, if I can just add to that, right? Even beyond that platform, right? students like are online on say different social media platforms. Even you have the
yes,
internet
you can engage them
online. Yeah, so you can create forms that students can easily feel like how do you think we can
kind of feedback thing.
That's coming from the technological angle. Yes, that would also help.
Well, you guys are actually digital natives.
Exactly.
So you are dealing with people that are digital immigrants. Even for those that have been actually migrated, so there are some that actually remain in their cocoon and they feel like, say, this IT thing is not for me.
Yes.
So now, and it's the same mentality that we know everything, so we don't need you. You don't have it, so keep quiet. So how do you think does this bode well for probably maintaining peace and harmonious relationship on campus when probably we have those who are in charge having this kind of mentality? What do you have to say?
I'm trying to understand what you mean. Like, we know everything. Like, are you trying to talk about from the student's perspective?
No. I'm talking about from the management perspective. Okay. So a lot of times, and it's a lot of times where you see probably situations where the opinions of students are actually not even reckoned with, totally recognized, totally ignored. It's usually the mentality that when were you born? So what do you guys know? Yes. So we are passed through it. So we know what you already want to say. So yes. What do you think?
If I'm to speak on that, I would completely lambast the idea, because in the first place, the time you grew up, right, is actually different from now, right? Maybe when
the nature of the threat or issues confronting students then are different from what we have now.
It's completely different here. So, and besides, like you said, we are digital natives. We grew up with some of these technologies, and we understand better how these things work compared to the way you guys actually do. So when I say you guys, I'm trying.
I understand. No, don't worry, don't mind.
I just mean generally, yeah. So just it makes sense, regardless of maybe worst case scenario, we can actually maybe form some partnership, right? Because I know that I had a story about last year. Sometimes they said the IT center, right? They had this older lecturer who was in charge of the IT center, but then he somehow supported himself with all of these younger students, right? They understand perfectly the intuition of how IT works. So that sort of mutual collaboration. I think it always rather I admitted into this school. I know how everything works, and that does not equate to progress.
All right, now let's start with this because with what happened in FU Gusau, and you had students actually abducted from the hostels. Although the information is probably the hostel is not directly located inside the school campus, but the fact is it's hostels meant for students, and they were abducted, about 20 of them, and we learned that probably about 13 have been rescued. We still have some still remaining in captivity. So now probably there's this question that should each campus probably have a police unit permanently attached or based in the school, and probably that might give a sense of security, having a security post. I know a lot of schools will claim they have security posts, but not uniformed policemen. It's just the school's security, those who probably just open the gate and close the gate and monitor movement of cars and things like that. So would you support probably the establishment of a police unit or a police post on our campuses?
Honestly, I'm surprised we are even discussing this to begin with.
Wow.
Right, our should I say security personnel, right, police, even some paramilitary, I don't want to use paramilitary anyway, some of the military personnel are assigned to protect VIPs, right? And you see sometimes 10 policemen protecting
one person.
Exactly. And now we have in Lagos about 60,000 students, right? And we have maybe 10 police, or maybe 10 that you said they're not even policemen, maybe trained men, right? They just probably get them out to maybe a button to fuck students with, and they in a way they try to inform the entire world around that. But the problem is, if you have 10 policemen securing one person, we can't have 10, not even policemen, securing about 60,000. Obviously, issues will actually occur. So, I believe close to every university, right, there should be a police post, close to every university.
Security post.
Security post, exactly.
Could actually even be interagency. That could be interagency collaboration
of the army, or yeah. So, that one is actually a no-brainer to me. It's very, very important.
But does that not probably create the impression that we are actually militarizing our campuses?
Well, if if it is necessary, I think it should be militarized, because sometimes the criminal activities carried out by students,
by students or against students?
By students,
By students
and
even.
against, by students, on students, and from external forces against students. Sometimes I even want to focus on the ones perpetrated by students, among students, on students inside the campus.
Like
Sometimes,
cultists, right?
Yes, like cultism. Sometimes the
school
these,
security.
These ordinary, averagely trained security operatives inside the school cannot handle them. So if need be that we have, and when I say police, like external force, I don't want the random policeman who would try to run for his life in a dangerous day. I want the ones, let's say the ones that are harder than let's say the RRS, those ones that are special. Yes, so because sometimes you
Special
hear
police unit
Yes.
trained for that particular
Yes.
purpose.
You hear
Yes,
cultists
Fit for
behead.
purpose security outfit.
Yes,
Thank you.
because when you hear fellow students cultists behead another, so you try
Wow.
to be like, how, where, how? I mean, how
How
were
come?
they able to carry out such criminal activities inside the school? So if need be, because I once heard of an institution where every Saturday, every Wednesday, bloodshed was set to happen until the head of the institution at that time made sure that at a particular time all academic activities are closed down, and then he started bringing the nearest police guys to come and
Surveil the campus.
and that was how it all died down. So if need be that they militarize it, then please, they should go. It's just that it should not be a case where that we call someone to watch over us.
And at the end of the day, actually
Yes, at the end of the
they're
day,
actually compounding the situation.
Yes, yes, it shouldn't be a case of that. But if it is that we need, a more harsh treatment on those particular set of them, not just all students now, those particular students that that they are the ones that are capable of, inflicting harm on their fellow
others.
students. So why not?
Okay. Now, I know very recently the Inspector General of Police in Nigeria actually launched school protection squad. They've actually not seen them being deployed to our schools.
Yes.
So, what's your opinion of this special outfit in relation to the issue we have at hand and some of the incidents that we have recorded in the past 2-3 weeks?
Okay, the school protection squad, to start with, is actually a welcome, a laudable initiative. Yeah, like I have to give the Inspector General of Police, like his comments, his kudos for that. Yeah, but then why the delay? Right, a lot of schools are actually already in session, and the event at Gusau recently could have been prevented if, say, that particular unit of security personnel were actually in place, right? Like, could have been. I'm not saying certainly
they would prevent it, but at least to a large extent, you probably have the sense that
something was about to occur.
They could have done something.
Maybe if you are around, perhaps we might have interviewed you. These are things. And another problem is, even say the event has happened and the situation has occurred, right? What about after the incident occurs? Say interviewing potential suspects, trying to, because situations like this, like Numa said, sometimes you even find out that should I say, set in motion, right? They are instigated by students themselves, probably due to some beefs they have with their fellow students. Like, how are you doing? Like, why you?
So there could actually be internal collaboration,
exactly
of people on campus themselves.
Exactly, that's what I mean. So having that kind of initiative, right? Having it in place and letting it spread across the entire federation is something we should actually look into.
Now, in the light of this kind of incident, would you support the situation? Because I have seen that, especially during the period of when Boko Haram was very, very much prevalent, especially in the north and things like that. There are places that you go to for everyone coming in. There will be, thorough, free skin of anyone that will get access into the school. So, should we be screening and frisking every person coming into the campus?
I don't know. This is something I've actually thought about a long time, because I'm looking at it personally. I myself hardly walk around with my student ID card as a student of university. So in that situation, it becomes like difficult having to choose. Like, okay, having a security man stop me every time. Like, you see me every day. I enter this gate. You've seen me countless times.
I don't support that.
Yeah, but
in
the
that
thing
case,
is,
then you'd have to. ID card, it's weightless.
Yeah, it's weightless, of course, I understand. But the situation is, you look around, right? the further you go into, like, the further you are into the best education, so when you're another level now, the zeal is still like a lot higher. So you still tend to be like, I'm still a student, but then you get to like 400,
Like,
300
I'm
level.
not a new person here anymore. So
Yeah.
what's all this? Please, I beg, let's stop this.
So,
I'm too big for that now.
exactly.
Alright.
However, if I to look at it like, formally, right,
Yeah.
it should be the case. Every student should always walk around with their student ID
Alright.
card. So to ensure the security of everyone on campus.
Do you think student leaders have a role to play in trying, trying to, address some of these issues? I know in the past, there used to be, probably in some institutions, we have what we call campus marshals. You have cadets on campus. You also have,
You have
the student manual. You even have student union leaders themselves actually leading the charge or if handling security on campus. Because I remember that even there was a time during the era of, a very serious Curtis clash on campus. I know the case of LASU, Lagos State University, and we had a student union president. Eventually he became a victim, but then because he went hard on the cultists, Salah Honorable Africa, that's the nickname, a student union leader, and led the charge against. So they were actually going around picking cultists, handing them over to police. So it was the student union, government itself that actually took charge that we cannot continue to have a situation where cultists will now reign on campus. Every now and then, one student is killed, the school is shut for another 2 weeks and 3 weeks. Anyway, one person is killed, and it became a regular incident on campus. In fact, they started counting scores.
Oh.
Yes. So, do you think student leaders and some of their outfits or whatsoever, cadets, campus marshals, do you think they also have a role to play in this, or is just probably the uniform security men that could actually play any significant role as far as maintaining safety on campus is concerned?
Well, I say, of course, everyone, as regards safety and security of students, everyone, including the students themselves, should be involved in this. And I started by saying that it should be from the, the lowest level, from the level that is most, the closest to the students themselves, which is the head of department. When you notice some, movements that are some suspicious movements, among your students, maybe from the classrooms, you see them
assembling.
Yes, somewhere, and you
and probably you really can't even probably recognize some of those faces.
So
and who are this set of people?
People that maybe
probably a reporting channel that where they can quickly
student to student. Then before it gets escalated to the union government, before they take it to the management. So every student should take charge of their own safety. We should not wait for the people at the top, because most of the time these people don't even know that these things are going on.
So now, are you also indirectly suggesting that there should be a line of communication when in reporting some of these incidents, that at least one way or the other, probably anonymity can be maintained, the identity of those actually making such reports?
They can put all these boxes
where you can drop this, or even probably phone numbers or emails that you can send, indirect,
so that they will not be able to trace back and then harm the student, the reporter in return.
Okay.
So everyone should be involved.
All right. Now, probably let me look at this. Some people have actually suggested that there should be CCTV surveillance around campuses. Do you subscribe to this? And should that also extend to hostels? Student hostels.
Surveillance, like close circuit television.
Yeah,
definitely. It's like if you want to consider a campus urban now, it is one of the requirements, right?
Yes,
so you can't.
It's not all institutions that have the capacity probably to do that, or that it's not all institutions that have. I know some have in some areas, not 360-degree surveillance of the whole campus. So what do you say?
It's not going to be.
And how do you think this probably could enhance security on campus?
The idea of CCTV is just to enable monitoring of activities that happen on campus. So to probably be like a control room where every camera is actually connected to a central monitor, right? So we can see what is going on here and there, right? So obviously once that is around, right, like across say public spaces on campus, or maybe some of those hideouts that we feel like, except if a place is like somehow isolated, right, it is prone to how should I put it, vandalism,
violence,
exactly, to violence. So there might actually be I would actually recommend placing some form of security other than CCTV there, like say armed policemen and all. But generally in all public spaces where
where people can gather, where people can assemble,
Exactly.
where
So
people
installing
move
CCTVs, right, is always a good idea. But when it comes to the issue of hostels, right, I mean, we can still have CCTVs in like general places on hostels too, right?
Yes,
So
not
they have like
necessarily in their
in their rooms, exactly, or maybe in their restrooms. We don't need to
Yes.
actually install CCTVs in those places. But then when we have like areas that students tend to gather, right? Obviously, that's always like I subscribe to the idea, like having CCTVs in some of, even in faculties if possible.
Okay, because I'm asking this in the light of the fact that, you know, some people will say, oh, that invasion of privacy, and, you know, probably you know, in the hostels there are so many funny, you know, characters and behavior that students come up with when they are probably in the hostels. You know, we've heard of cases where probably even some students probably even just just throw the towel on their shoulders and move from the bathroom to, you know, their rooms and things like that. So probably, and if probably you have to have CCTV camera on, you know, the pathway or the alleys and what have you. In fact, even some places where you fetch water and you see people actually taking their bath there. These are Nigerian campuses. So
Yes.
would you say now, will students probably, do you think students would probably be comfortable having such surveillance cameras around it? Because these are actually public places on, you know, even within the hostels, not directly in their rooms or probably in the restrooms.
Well, I would say in this case now, the safety and security of everyone
Overrides
yes,
that
override.
kind of
Yes,
that kind of
that's
thing.
it's safety first. They are even fighting for your safety because there's no way that evil cannot be, you know, perpetrated. A student can, out of anger, stab another student at where they're fetching water, and so why would you be against? It's just like saying that they are trying to position a security man at that place. And you're saying that they should not be there. So if a man cannot be there, then a camera should be installed there. It is all for that. So students need to be reoriented.
And even this idea of
about this.
CCTV, because I know that even in some schools that have CCTV, I just don't want to mention names.
In Lagos CCTV, actually, they just
And then I know that even some places where you have CCTV, yeah, it's there, but they don't monitor.
Yes, no money.
So at the end of the day, the incident has happened. Nobody is actually there to monitor. This person just attacked a particular car, or just
Yes.
took something from out of this
Proactive
office,
measures
or
to
just
make it
broke into a
proactive
particular office. And at the end of the day, so it means nobody was actually monitoring that camera and that particular location as at the time that incident happened. So of what is CCTV where there is no monitoring?
There's no human, like real human
to monitor it, right?
Yes, real time monitoring. I mean, actually.
It will be useless in that case because the idea of CCTV is to like enable, like it's not completely to, should I say, replace it. It's just to foster monitoring, like to make it easy, right? So if there's CCTV and there's no monitoring, then the entire purpose is
Okay,
defeated.
very quickly because of time now. We know that the incident in Efiguso, based on additional information now, that it's not directly inside the campus, or
Yeah.
probably we have off-campus hostels.
Yes.
There are many universities in Nigeria that have off-campus. Even the University of Lagos have hostels on campus and hostels off campus.
Yeah, really
Now-
good hostels off campus.
Now, so would you subscribe to probably the idea of scrapping off-campus hostels so that probably the school management can actually focus attention on providing security to hostels on campus?
wow, scrapping off campus hostels.
Because if probably off-campus, like this Efiguso thing now, if off-campus hostel predisposes students to actually these kinds of attacks, so would you subscribe to probably scrapping the off-campus
Well,
hostels?
I don't think that it is feasible to say they want to scrap off-campus hostel. And let me understand, when you say off-campus, is it that it is the institution that builds that campus, or students actually go out to rent?
I think for some, these institutions really build hostels outside the
Then
campus.
if it is the institutions that build these hostels, then it is still their responsibility
Responsibility
to
to provide
ensure,
security in
yes,
those
to provide
places.
security, station security men there,
So-
install CCTV cameras, and they are fine.
What prompted the off-campus hostels in the first place? Hostels within campus cannot like contain
Accommodate
students.
the
Yes.
number of
So
students.
it's always going to be necessary to have campus off hostels. So what matters is, like she said, like improving the security of those campuses.
Yes.
All right, so you are still listening to Education Today on Live Radio, and we are discussing making our campuses safe. The students speak, and we have Said Aremo and Nima Ibrahim, adding their voice to what we're saying. So, like we said, don't forget you can be part of the discuss by sending your comments and questions, contributions to us on Facebook via www.facebook.com/lights radio. A reminder of our short quiz question: mention two universities in Nigeria offering mechatronics as a course. Send your answer to the WhatsApp number 08097384000 or our Facebook or YouTube page. The first correct answer, like we said earlier, wins the prize. Looking at the interactions that we've had so far on Facebook. So we've had Zainab Alabi saying well done. She has added her voice to Abdurrahim Olayin Raja and Adibamiru Bola Abidemi, who commented earlier. So thank you very much. Let's keep the comments coming. So in wrapping up, because of time now, very quickly. So what would you like, probably let me start with you, Said, and I want you to do this. So what would you like to see government do to make our campuses safe for both students and staff? And for you, Nima, I would say, what advice or recommendations do you have for parents, for students themselves, and institution management on how we can make our campuses safe? So let me start with you, Said.
Okay.
Government, what do you think government should do, or what would you recommend to the government should do?
Yeah, we've actually discussed them like in this meeting. No, should I say this sitting? The first is stakeholder engagement. Students are like discuss stakeholders when it comes to security, student security. So like discuss with them, even without like try to engage them. What do you think we can do to help you? Then beyond that, setting up like security posts close to schools or even inside schools where necessary, like if possible, right?
Okay.
Then the idea of CCTV should possibly be looked into. There are other ways of ensuring security also, right? So nowadays, though this might actually be expensive, but at least as a fundamental, right, CCTV should be in public spaces in campuses, and there should be a thorough monitoring of all of these technological ways of monitoring students. So these are the things I would actually suggest.
All right. So, and probably what a lot of people are also talking about the use of drones and things like that, so that for continuous surveillance of probably communities around schools and things like that.
Yeah, there I said there are many ways, right? Technology has actually brought to us, but some of them are expensive. Maybe in the end.
So, do you think we should actually be considering price when we're talking about the lives of students and everybody generally, including? It's not just about students, because we also have staff actually being abducted.
Of course not. Like lives always matter. Like,
so is there an amount that actually can be too much to pay for security of lives and property?
Our government always makes that excuse. This is expensive and all, so we can't afford it.
But then, is that expensive for a particular public office holder to have 10, 15 security men attached? And that's even an understatement for some people.
Yes.
That's even very small compared to what some other people actually have. So, all right. So, Nima, in closing, so what advice do you have for students, parents, and institutional management?
Okay, so I want to tell everyone, starting from the students to their parents, that all hands should be on deck, and we should have this orientation that safety for one means safety for all. So don't say because
for one for all.
Yes. So don't say because you see someone being attacked on your way, so it's none of your business.
So far, you're not the victim.
Exactly. So far, you're not the victim. So if there is a way you can report, so that the attacker or the abuser will not have the power to do more to people, or even you being the next victim. So all hands should be on deck. We should all be on watch out, and anything that the school brings, you should not feel that they are always against you, or the school is your enemy that you are trying to overcome. You should try to reason along them that they are trying to do this thing for you. So when they say they are coming to install CCTV in your hostels, don't try to fight. Don't try to start a protest tomorrow to say that they are invading your privacy.
So to the institutional management, to the management of the institution. So
yes,
what do you have to tell them?
Please, we should be more proactive. Let's not have CCTVs that are just walking around the clock. There should be active, real-time monitoring, so that this thing that we are trying to curb or that we are trying to prevent does not eventually happen. And then the question will be like, what have they been doing with the things they have?
All right, thank you very much, and it's been wonderful, sharing thoughts, with our viewers and listeners concerning this topic, making our campuses safe. And I love the fact that you have added your own voices here, and I hope that those that matter as far as this issue is concerned have actually listened to it, and they probably recognize the critical role that students themselves have in actually contributing to their own security and the security of the campuses generally, and the fact that we really need to engage them. So we cannot know everything about them without also having their input, and I believe that's actually the message for today. Let us also engage them properly. All right, so that's all we can take on our discuss segment for today. We'd like to appreciate Nima Ibrahim and Said Aremu for their thoughts on the topic. So right now we'll take the words on the marble, and for our What's on the Marble, this is where we'll take a look at memory quotes that are educational and inspirational to everyone. Today we have a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. According to him, our lives begin to end when we become silent about things that matter. Our lives begin to end when we become silent about things that matter. That's our words on the Bible for today. Let us raise our voices, condemn the kidnap of students and attack on our educational institutions. Let us not shy away from it because our family members are not yet victims. Let us all put pressure on the government to do the needful in making our school campuses safe for teaching and learning to take place. Stand up for what is right and what is just. All right, so that's what's on the marble. Right now, we would like to find out if at all we have any winner to our quiz question. We ask that mention 2 universities in Nigeria offering mechatronics as a course. So right now, we don't have any answer on Facebook. I don't know, do we have any on WhatsApp?
None.
All right, none. Okay, good. So, as far as mechatronics as a course is concerned, some of the schools offering mechatronics in Nigeria include Federal University of Technology. Federal University of Technologies I have in Akure, Futa, in Mina, Futmina, in Owerri, Futu, as well as University of Lagos. You have Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. You have University of Port Harcourt, University of Benin, Afebola University, Ado Ekiti, as well as Covenant University in Ota. All these institutions offer mechatronics as a course, not necessarily as a department, but as a course. So you can find that probably in the electrical electronics department or mechanical engineering department, or even systems engineering department, or as a standalone department in some schools. So regardless of the department, what matters is the course. So you can actually do that. So for those of us that are interested in, so these are some of the schools where you can study this course. So all right, this is just to inform the same listeners that you can advertise your product and service and also showcase your events on our program. This you can do by calling the number 07025074268 Thank you very much for joining us today. Let us know how you feel about today's program through our various platforms. On Facebook, you can check us out, www.facebook.com/education today. You can also send an email to educationmediaservices@gmail.com. Many thanks to the entire crew of Education Today and the management of Lights Radio. Many thanks to MC Vibes and TYs for being in the control room. Thank you for pressing the right buttons. Thank you very much. So join us same time next week on this station, where we'll come your way with a refreshing package of Education Today. Till then, I remain OLUBUNMI KAZEEM. See you next week and goodbye.